I did my nails also, you know, and I did them. I think this is the longest I've ever done them. I like them so much. Even though I need a fill-in, but you know, and they make the hey. They make so much noise. It's like they make you want to talk with your hands. Like, what you said? What you said? You said something? I know you ain't saying. Are you talking to me? I know you ain't talking to me, girl. You ain't talking to me. I know you not talking to me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Crystal, and I am back with another video. So in today's video, I am bringing you guys a story time. Yes, you heard right, another story time. I know you guys like these on my channel, and surprisingly, you know, your girl, something happened in my life that made it possible for me to bring you guys another story time. So if you like story times on my channel, or you just like, you know, you like being nosy and you want to know what's happening, or whatever the case may be, whatever the reason is why you're tuning in today, then you'll definitely enjoy this video. But before we get into the video, definitely subscribe to your girl's channel. I would really appreciate it. It helps my channel a lot, and if you enjoy my content, then why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's free. It's a little red button right there. You just gotta click it. There's a little bell right next to it. You click that as well. You'll be able to see any video I post up. You get a notification. So you definitely want to be part of my list squad, okay? So that way you know every time your girl drops a video. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time so y'all can do that. I'm gonna wait. Alright, shouldn't have taken you that long. So I'm assuming you're done. I'm assuming you're done. But if you're not done, we're gonna talk about this later on in the video. Don't worry, I'm not gonna forget. Okay guys, so I've been procrastinating for the past couple of days. I said I was gonna write down all the bullet points of what happened when I got locked out of my house, but your girl ain't get no time to do it, and now I'm a little behind in terms of my videos. So there you go. We just gonna have to have the brain do some work and remember on its own, okay? So yes, today's story time is your girl getting locked out of her house. You definitely heard right. Listen, if this has happened to you, then you understand how this story is gonna go, because for one, if you know me, if you've been following my channel, you already know I was tight. That's one. Two, this happened during COVID. I mean, we're still in COVID right now, in the whole COVID pandemic, but this happened like when we were like just now getting used to all the craziness going on right now. So just imagine how frustrating it was, and just the inconvenience in the timing. But I'm gonna start from the beginning. So basically, your girl's working from home. So when COVID started, I was literally working from home every day, because you know, a lot of people were working from home, and I work in a hospital. So in the beginning, we were home strictly. So that happened around that time. So I'm here working from home, and I will tell you that I know if you guys haven't seen my story time about my neighbor, you should definitely check that out. But I have a new neighbor now, and maybe that's a whole other story time. I just have bad luck with the people that be living around me. But I have a new neighbor, and their kids are super loud all the time for no reason. For no reason. I mean, hello, I know there's no school, but this is the time for you to do one-on-one with your kids. This is the time for you to teach them something that, you know, they probably ain't gonna learn in school. Like, do something parenting, some kind of parenting where you can spend some time with your kids. You know, if they can't read, teach them how to read a book. You know what I mean? This is supposed to be one-on-one time, especially if you're a parent who's probably either not working, or you have the luxury of being at home. Like, it's a good time to spend with your family, right? But these kids, I don't know, so apparently they're in the house acting like wild animals. Their parents don't care. And the wall where my computer desk is that, I think that's their living room. Ugh. Like, so a lot of times I was working from home, I was really trying to look past the noise, because some days it wasn't always that bad. But that particular day, for some weird reason, they were like on 1,000 that day, and it was bad. And then there's another neighbor that's around on my floor. They have kids as well, so their kids and my neighbor's kids right here, they come out in the hallway riding their bikes around the elevator, like just doing kid stuff. But still, at the same time, when you're working from home, that stuff just is just distractions. So I was really working through the noise for a very long time because I was working from 9. So this happened around like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But then it just got to a point where I just couldn't do it. I couldn't work above the noise. I was speaking to a patient, and literally you could hear them in the background. I was like, no, 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 no. Like, they need to calm down. Don't get me wrong, there's always going to be stuff happening, and noises, I can't always control all the noise that's happening, but that particular noise was just uncalled for. Like, it was just super loud. They were screaming, being kids, but at the same time, you know, you have to understand that you're not the only one living in this building. You're not the only one living on this floor, so you need to be considerate of your neighbors, which obviously a lot of people, they just don't know how to be neighborly. So I decided, my smart self, mind you, before I get to that, I was like dressed regular. I don't know if you're working from home, you already know, like, you ain't getting all dolled up and everything. Like, in the beginning, I wasn't getting all dolled up unless I had like a Zoom meeting or something. I was not getting all dolled up. I had pajamas on for the whole time I was working. Ain't nobody gonna see me, so it makes no sense me doing all that extraness. That day, I just had a thought in my head that told me, girl, get up, put something decent on today, don't stay in your pajamas or whatever. So I ended up doing all of that. I think I even put my hair up in a bun. I did all of that for no apparent reason, but that day it was just like something told me to do it that day, so I did. So now, getting back to the point I was trying to make, I decided, okay, let me get up and let me just see what are they doing out there that's causing so much commotion. Right now, hubby, for the longest while, we had bought a slam lock for our door. We only had the one lock on our door, and I was like, oh, you know, I always like either having the latch, you know, or just an extra lock or whatever. So we had it for a while and we never put it in, and we finally was able to get the drill and drill it in and everything. Let me tell you, that lock, I think either it was the worst decision or the best decision, who knows, but it took me a while to get used to the lock. Now, I knew the lock was on the door. Now, for those of you who don't know, a slam lock is a lock that basically, if you leave your house, you better have your keys, okay? Because if you don't have your keys, that's it. You ain't going to see the inside of your crib after that. You're not going to see the inside of your house after that, because you will get locked out. And that's exactly what happened to your girl. So I was able to grab my phone. I think I was smart enough to take my phone. So I grabbed my phone, went to the door, and I had the door pushed. So my back was holding the door. And I went and I popped my head and I saw the kids running around, whatever. They kids, you know, they see me come out. They're like, hi, whatever. They don't understand the severity of what it is that they're doing. So I'm like, okay, you know, I need to speak to a parent, right? So in holding the door, I happened to take a step forward, right? I didn't even push the door back or anything to say like there was a force for it to come back. And somehow I just took another step, and I just remember the door closing. And then I had my phone, and then boom, it just hit me. Oh my God, the slam lock. Now the slam lock, it has an option to be off or on. Like, you can have it where it'll slam into the lock, and then you can have it where it's just like you know, it would be as if I never had one. But it took me a while to get used to how it works. Like, I always will mix it up, like, and till this day I still don't get it, and we're talking about months later. So I went and, you know, smart me, I went and I turned the knob, just hoping for a miracle that the door was not locked. And your girl was out of luck that day. The door was locked. I was outside. Thank God I had some slippers on. I had a decent enough pants and a top, but your girl got locked out. And all for me trying to go and talk to the parents so they could learn either how to be parents or how to talk to their kids. And I was upset because it was like 2:30 in the afternoon. I was working till 5. My phone is in my hand. Hubby's not here. I called him. He's all the way in Williamsburg. So I'm asked out. Like, how the hell am I gonna get back in the house? So the only option was for me to call an Uber. Thank God I have my phone, which I could call an Uber. But guess what? Your girl ain't have no mask. I ain't have no face covering. It was just horrible. Horrible. You don't even understand. And this was around the time, thankfully, that Uber did not implement any rules in terms of masks. Like, at that time, they did not require you to wear a mask. So I was like, okay, whatever, you can't do anything. I call hubby. I'm like, babe, I got locked at the house. He's over here asking me how that happened. I'm telling him about the kids making noise. He's upset at me because he's like, oh, well, I told you about the lock and all of this. So my head is spinning. It's all over the place at this point. So I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm busy. I can't come to you right now. You got to come to me. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even want to be bothered with leaving the house, but I can't sit out here till he comes. So I'm like, okay, let me call an Uber. So I call an Uber. Uber's coming. I take my walk of shame because obviously I can't go back in my house. Like, embarrassing. Go down in the elevator. Mind you, what I had on was decent, but you can tell, like, I ain't planning to wear that to come outside. You can tell. So I called the Uber. The Uber's there. This driver got the nerve to talk about, oh, where's your mask? So I'm like, well, sir, I got locked out of my house. I have to go and get a key to come back in. I don't have a mask. I wasn't able to grab a mask. Like I said, I got locked out of my house. He was like, yeah, I know, but you need one. Like, who are you? My father? Like, come on, like, for real? So I'm like, well, Uber doesn't require me to wear a mask because I don't see it here on the app. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. Like, for one, I understand the severity of what's going on outside. But for one, Uber was not requiring a mask. Two, you have a mask. You're protecting yourself. You're doing what's necessary for you, right? So why? I don't understand. I told you the circumstance. I got locked out of my house. Obviously, if that wasn't the case, like, then I would have made sure I had my mask. But clearly I didn't have one, right? Thank God I had shoes on my feet to even walk outside. I'm already pissed, right? I'm pissed at the situation. I'm pissed at the fact that I got locked out of my house. I'm pissed that I even have to take an Uber to go somewhere. And you over here trying to tell me about a mask. Like, boy, bye. Like, seriously. Like, I'm getting in this Uber. You can refuse my service as the driver. I'll just call another one. Don't waste my time because I already don't have enough time to go where I'm going and come back. So I sat down. I was like, oh, Uber doesn't require me to have a mask. He's like, yeah, I know, but you should have one. Okay, well, you have one, right? So worry about yourself. Don't worry about me. And I know that sounds rude, but at this point, it's like I'm heated. I'm frustrated. And, like, for me, like, I have a lot of patience, but it's good. You have to show kindness to people despite. Like, I literally told you I got locked in my house, and at this very moment, right, this Uber is the least of my worries, and you're not making the situation better. Like, you're literally dropping me off. I will be out of the car, right? I'm not sick, and I know from his perspective, he doesn't know that, you know what I mean, whatever. And I understand that, but I literally told you I got locked in my house. And here you go with, like, you don't care, you know what I mean? Like, I've had such good experiences with Uber drivers. Like, I'm pretty sure another driver would have been like, oh my God, you got locked out of your house, what happened? Like, no, none of that. No customer service. He don't care. He's just scared, which I understand because people, you know, with a pandemic, like, I get it. But this is not even, this was in the beginning when things were brand new. So I was literally going to my supermarket without a mask. Like, they were not, at that time, they were not implementing that it was required to wear a mask. The state had not required businesses to ask customers to wear a mask. So at that point, it's like Uber wasn't doing it either. Now, when you call an Uber, they have it on there. And I'm like, oh, that probably was for me because I was like arguing with that driver so much. So now they require you to wear a mask. So of course, I you know, if I was to do something like that now, I understand. But this is like before all of this was implemented, and I literally got locked out of my house. So anyway, I get in the Uber, take the driver shame to Williamsburg, looking all raggedy and dusty and all of that. But I obviously, it's 2:30. I don't end work till 5 o'clock. I have to go get another key to come back home. So I get there, hubby's working and everything, and then it's like I feel like I can't rush him because he's running a business, he's working. Yes, I got locked out the house, but now I gotta wait. So the plan was for me to get over there, get his key, come back home, take a Uber back home, and then get in and finish my work. But it didn't even end up working out like that, because hubby was like, okay, I'll take you. But now it's like I'm on his time, so I have to wait till he finishes whatever he's doing, so that way he could take me back. Then, mind you, I'm in the Uber, my phone is ringing, because, you know, when I have patient messages that come in, they can reach us on our cell phone, especially if it's someone I contacted multiple times before, and it's like, you know, it's at the point where you're playing phone tag. They'll call me to, you know, to let me know who's calling back, and my phone's ringing, and I'm over here, I gotta dub the calls, because how it looked like I'm answering that call in an Uber, you could hear other cars honking outside, all of that, so I couldn't answer. So I literally, you know, had to wait for hubby to bring me back home. Then eventually I got back here. I was able to like finish up whatever I was doing, and then we get here, and hubby, you know, he's spoken to the not my neighbor's kids here, the other kids that they usually play with. He's spoken to the mom before, so he went to her and said, oh, well, you know, the kids are really, really loud, you know, can you have them turn it down at least till 3-4 o'clock, because she's working from home now, and they're like, you know, running around making a lot of noise. And I told her, I said, listen, I try my best to work above the noise, but particularly today they were super, super loud. And then hubby's like, oh, and she you know, she even got locked out of the house because she was coming to talk to you guys. And in the process of doing that, you know, the door slammed, the lock on the door slammed, and she got locked out of the house, everything. She ain't care. And then, you know, even when we were telling her, oh, well, you know, the kids are super loud, she was like, oh, well, they were not all my kids, because remember, it's 2 sets of kids. So the neighbor that's right next door to me, I went and I spoke to her, and she was like, oh, well, those are not, you know, those are not my kids making all that noise, whatever. So she called her kids inside at that point, because I was telling her, listen, I'm working from home, it's a lot of noise, I can't even, you know, speak on the phone because you hear them in the background. So immediately she called her kids inside. The other one, I didn't even get to talk to them, because that's a whole other story. You know, we don't really mess with those people that much, so I didn't even really get to talk to them. But hubby has spoken to the girlfriend, the mother, before, so that's what he did when we came back. But for all I care, I would have not told her nothing, right? I'm already heated. I'm still mad, even though I'm back in the house now. I'm still mad because it's the situation. Like, why should I have to go through all of that? You know, getting locked out the house, you know, looking all crazy, having to go in an Uber and deal with a driver who want to give me more attitude, you know what I mean? All because I wanted to come outside and just speak to a parent to let them know to tell their kids to calm down. Like, I don't understand. It's like some people are just so inconsiderate. They don't care about nobody else. And I understand that the kids are out here, so she's probably in the house, she don't even know that they're being that loud, all of that. But my thing is, regardless, this is the hallway, right? This is not your apartment out here. Like, people walk in and out. We get in the elevator, right? We go downstairs, we come up. Like, there shouldn't be kids running around on bikes and doing all of that. Like, that's why you take them outside. There's a park outside. There's even a little area out there with all the grass. They can do all of that stuff out here. But people are bougie. People are bougie. And people are freaking, you know, they just have that mentality that is never gonna change, and you know, that's how they want to act, you know what I mean? So obviously I'm always gonna find myself in certain altercations. That's my alarm. Find myself in certain altercations because, like, I'm not a parent, but I know how I would handle certain situations if I was a parent. And apparently some people, I guess they just don't get it, because it's like, why should I have to come and tell you, like, to tell your kids to calm down? I'm in my apartment. If I can hear them in here and your door is open, then you should be able to hear them. Like, why should I have to be the one to come and tell you, oh, can you have your kids keep it down? Like, I'm trying to work here and they're making a lot of noise. It's always, I don't know, it seems like all my story times with you guys is going to be about neighbors, because I can't do it. It's like, but that was my story time, guys. I just wanted to share with you guys how I got locked out of my house. Don't be like me, guys. If you have a slam lock, I'm pretty sure you're probably better than me. I'm still getting used to this one. But all I know is from now, like anytime I'm getting up, whether it's to walk Spike, my dog, or whether it's to go outside, whatever, I always have my keys anyway. But that day I just didn't grab my keys because I never planned to close the door, and somehow it just ended up closing. But that's the devil's work anyway. But it's alright. He never wins. God always wins. So yeah guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed my crazy story time. I did a makeup look just for this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Your girl took out her hair because let me tell you, my hair was just crying for a wash so bad, so I had to take it out and wash it. So that's what I did. So your girl is back to au natural. I don't know, maybe I probably put some braids in my hair or something, but I guess you guys gotta stay tuned to the next video to see. But before we even end this video, like, if you still haven't subscribed, like, for real girl, like, are you for real? Like, if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, like, it don't cost you nothing. Just hit the red button, hit the bell notification. You'll get an alert every time your girl posts a video. So that way, you know, your girl's next hairstyle, you know, whatever I do with my hair next, you'll be able to know. You'll know exactly what I did because you'll get that notification like, oh, Christal posted another video. So make sure you do that so you don't miss, you know, the next style or the next look that I bring to the video. I did my nails also, you know, and I did them. I think this is the longest I've ever done them. I like them so much. Even though I need a fill-in, but you know, and they make hey they make so much noise. It's like they make you want to talk with your hands. Like, what you said? What you said? You said something? I know you ain't saying. Are you talking to me? I know you ain't talking to me, girl. You ain't talking to me. I know you not talking to me. Anyway guys, thank you so much for chilling with your girl today and my crazy self. I hope you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.